What's up, you beautiful, beautiful man? How are you?
What's up? What's up? I'm drinking a poppy.
A poppy? Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Like, what are we like?
No,
We're gonna
no,
start out. We're gonna start with
it's
the hard hitting questions first.
it's a soda. It's
Oh,
just a soda.
just a soda. Okay, all right. I'm just checking because you are
It's
in the land that
gross.
is north of this place, right?
No, no, I'm from Kansas.
Kansas. Why did I think you were in Canada for some reason?
I don't know. It's the accent.
Maybe,
Yeah, what?
maybe it
The
was.
Kansas City Wolfpack, dog.
I just totally tried to make you Canadian. Well, hey, we could all root for America then. Hey, go American in soccer. I have no
Max
clue.
pointed it out. I forgot I was even wearing the Kansas City shirt.
That is
Yeah,
hilarious that you're a
man.
Kansas City fan too. I feel like I have a whole new set of questions now, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Who the frags? We're gonna have so many good people in here. Well, first off, thanks so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it, brother. I have so enjoyed getting to learn a little bit about you. Your content's great. It's a whole lot of fun. I love getting to see your business side now too. But I just have like a bazillion questions for you, and so we'll just let it go where it goes. But first off, for any of you guys in the chat, please like the live up. Share the live out for us. Let's get some more people in here because this is going to be a great interview. And we need way more than like whatever the amount we have right now is. It's too low. We need more people to hear this. I will be recording this, so we will be on the tube of you tomorrow. So if you do have anybody that misses it, make sure that you let them know they can watch it over there tomorrow. We'll have all that up there as well. Lizzie Beth, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. What's going on, Snob? Snob's amazing.
What's up,
Sean is
guys?
great. We'll have to talk about that guy too. Make sure you're
Oh, wow.
following our guest on all of his accounts. So that's going to be Certified Fresh Fragrance and Muse Fragrance. We'll talk about those, and I'll show those here in a
Yeah.
little bit as we kind of going through things. And there's also an SITE that you need to be checking out tonight. We'll put that in the chat. Lizzie Beth, I'm sure you can do that for us so I don't get in trouble by saying it. But if you want to throw that in the chat, that would be a great place for people to go to look for any decants that you might be looking for. And I think you're maybe also in the TikTok shop. So Showcase is probably another good place to find that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have several, and it's the compliance to be on TikTok Shop is really high, so there's only a few, but we have over 100 offerings on the site. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured you would. Yeah, I know how that goes. But anyway, all good stuff. All good stuff. It's not a Ventus. What are we saying here? I don't know. I don't know what
No,
it
it's
is.
got to be some niche batch of Aventus. Hold on,
Yeah, he's
it's
so
got to be
funny.
like the 1504 batch or something.
Hey man, he knows. He knows. So
I
he
know.
really he so I got to meet him in Cincinnati this week and got to go there and he finally let me smell an old school vintage of Aventus for the first time. And I got to compare
Wait,
it
you
to
went to his house?
it went to his work.
Oh,
So
what? Wait, what?
yeah, we coordinated. I didn't just show up like off the street, like, knock on the door like, hey, I'm the deed of sense. I need
Do
to
not
talk to you
show
about
me.
Aventus. So it was a great hookup, but he ended up helping me learn about all these batches and all this batch variation, all this stuff. I mean, I feel like I got 3 credit hours of college is what I felt like. It was a great
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
I don't even have a bottle of Ventus because I know it would just be it's like its own collection. There's like fragrance collecting and then there's like a vintage people, you know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah.
it's like you can have I mean, his setup is like as many bottles as this, but it's all the same fragrance.
It's 100%, 100%.
It's amazing.
It's so great. Well, let's kind of start, I guess, at the beginning. There are some people on here, shockingly enough, that don't know who the heck you are, and they should know who you are. So let's start there, just kind of in a nutshell. Who are you? Why are you in this fragrance space? And also, you better be certain to acknowledge that wonderful better half of yours who is allowing this conversation to happen right now. And I know that she also approved to be here, so you better give her mad shout out as well
Yeah, yeah.
as we're talking about this.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, well, I'm certified fresh, aka Gorilla Fragrance, which is like OG. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always worn Curve like my whole life. And then my wife actually got me a bottle of YSL, YEDP. I think I still have it somewhere buried. And it just like set me on. this path.
You're blaming
Um,
her already? You're blaming her on
I
this
know,
fragrance?
yeah. It's her fault. No, but it's really interesting because she doesn't really like fresh fragrances though. So we have this like back and forth where I'm like, "This is the best thing I've ever smelled." And she's like, "Yeah, no, I don't like it." Like,
I'll tell you honestly, that's one of the things I like the most about her. Whenever she is in your videos, I love seeing you guys go back and forth. Her holding her own, she's just straight up like, no, that's not it. And I love seeing you guys go back and
no,
forth. You guys need more content like that. It's awesome.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. The most nights we are actually down here at the setup hanging out together. So,
That's so cool.
um,
Well, let me talk about that real quick too, because I know. Did you guys recently have number two?
not so much recently. I mean, recent I guess is relative. Yeah, we have 2 kids. I've got a son named Fritz, and he's like 8 months old, and then I have a daughter named Petra. So, I don't know if you can tell, I'm very tired.
Well, I knew about this. I mean, I have two. Mine are a little bit older, so I will tell you it does continue to happen. Like it takes a while, but you will get sleep again one day. One day it will happen.
Yeah,
So keep hanging
yeah,
in there.
yeah.
It's a part of the journey. But I have two daughters. Mine are 7 and 11. So
Oh, okay.
so a little bit older, but 8 months is still new, buddy. I don't care what anybody says. 8 months is
Oh,
still
yeah.
relatively new.
He's fresh. He has the new baby smell, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's awesome. That's really cool. Well, congratulations to that. But I know that that's
Thank
another
you.
journey too. And so let's talk. So okay, so you've been into fragrances. When did your wife buy you that YSLY? How long ago was that when you really started getting into all this? Was that multiple years back or
Um, I mean, it had I think it was like Christmas a couple years ago.
so
But
all
what
this in a
really
couple
set it
years?
off I know, yeah, no, actually, like, basically, yes, Mr. Fritz is certified fresh. Shout out Eli. But what really set it off was, like, last year, around this time in May, my wife and I took our, like, baby moon or whatever, to New York, and which we just drew the name out of a hat. We had, like, 10 cities, and she was like, "Pick a name," and so that's and New York didn't mean anything to any of us. Um, and we had like 30 minutes before our dinner reservation at this like really fancy place in the Deutsche Bank Platz. And there's like a Nordstrom's right there. And I was like, yeah, let's just go into Nordstrom's. Let's smell some stuff because it's fun and we're on vacation. I don't know why that idea like came to me, but in there, um, I got a bottle of Versace Eros. And when I bought that, which like I probably should not have paid full retail, but you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
So basically I wasted like $100. But in that, the associate gave me Initio Power Self as a sample and Byredo Bald Afrique Absolute. Um, and I could not stop wearing the Initio fragrance, and it's like rose, musk, pink pepper, like that's it. And I was like, this is not like a manly fragrance. Like I'd never considered fragrance not being like extremely manly or like spicy. Like I kind of thought everything had to be like Amouage Outlands. You know what I mean? And it was only then like I'm like, the lady gave this to me, like this is for me. And I wore Power Self like the whole week. And I was just like, "This is the best fragrance ever." And I was really happy, and I was like, "Wait, I gotta get into fragrance, like, there's so many more fragrances than just, like, American Eagle and, the few things at Nordstrom's," and it just, like, opened this door.
It's funny to hear you say that. And first, before I do that, we've got smells hectic in the chat here, and so
What up?
Mr.
What up?
Hectic, all the way from
What
Australia,
time is
who's
it there?
he's tomorrow right now is where he's from. So
Oh,
big
yeah.
love
What
back
are
to
the lottery
you.
numbers? Quick.
But what I will say, Hectic, tomorrow night, buddy, U.S. versus Australia
Oh, yeah.
in the World Cup, brother. We got to put a bet. We got to put a bet on this, Hectic. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know. We need to. I don't know. Bet a bottle or something.
Wait, is it tomorrow or Friday?
Friday. Sorry, I got about my
Friday.
days
Okay.
off.
Oh,
Friday.
wait, but this is going up tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It'll be Friday. It'll be Friday night. So I'm excited about that. Australia for the win. I knew he was going. I knew he was going with that. Hey, Hectic. We'll have to. Hey, we'll talk more about that, brother. But good. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So that's awesome that you awesome that you kind of had this journey that you're already there and like you're already, kind of going. And one of the things that, it interested me most about your story is the fact that like, hey, like you decided, hey, not only do I love fragrance, but like I want people to be able to smell decants. Like decants are important. I know how much it helped me in my journey. You want people to be able to find those. And I love the mission of kind of Muse Fragrance about how, you really want people to be able to find things first. Like, people can maybe beat you on the breadth of their collection of samples, but they're not going to beat you on how quick you can get it. And they're not going to beat you on your price. And I love that. So I guess let's go back to the beginning. Like, what the heck made you decide that, hey, I want to start a decanting business? Talk to us about that journey a little bit.
Wow. I mean, it's kind of like a long journey. I think right when I got into fragrance, I bought a lot of decants and like so plastics are petrochemicals, right? So like this is not obviously not a Muse decant. This is just one of the generic plastics, and I have thousands of other decants, but plastics have what are called amines in them, and if they're exposed to alcohol and oxygen, it can like leak, and then your decant can go bad, basically. So I bought a lot of like low quality decants that went bad, or like they kind of start smelling like fish. Like there's if you hold the decant to your face, you can smell kind of a fishy smell. And and that always bummed me out. And but decants are so helpful to discover what you want before spending so much money. And one day I mean, I have a regular job where I report to the owner of our company, like he's my boss. And he's always down to like chat, and he's clearly always like kind of interested in business and whatever. Um and I was talking about fragrance and how fragrance works and selling decants and stuff like that. And he was like, "Well, what if we did that like together?" And I was like, I mean, I know a lot about fragrance." And he essentially like bankrolled the entire collection, like the Louis Vuittons, the Guerlains, a lot of what is on the site is bankrolled entirely by my boss at my other job. Because he was like, "You are very passionate. Like, I see this like becoming something." And it's really thanks to that I was able, because my collection is really esoteric. Like the personal collection I have is only freshies. You know what I mean? Like I don't go out of my way to like I would never have Outlands, I do somewhere. Yeah, like I would never have this and spend that much money on something myself. But now I'm like, "Oh well, that'll do well. We'll just get it for the site." And so it's opened up this like door into a lot of, like PDMs and other stuff that I would not buy myself. Um and they're happy with it. They're cool. I mean, we do we have big days and slow days. It's still like a really small op. Um, you know,
For sure, for
but
sure. But one of the things I love about it, I mean, there's two things that I've learned just by listening to you that I love. I love that somebody saw your passion and was like, you know what? I don't understand this business 100%, but I know I've got a guy that's passionate about it and that is smart about it. And like, as a business owner, like that's something that I want to invest in. Like, I think that is pretty awesome. Just to be able to see something in somebody else that cares and can see that passion that comes through. I think we don't do enough of that. I don't believe in business in the business world of finding those
yeah,
passions that we have are kind of like the side gigs that we have, and how do you make the side gig the main gig, and like all those things kind of come up. I mean, I think a lot of us in the fragrance space have other gigs, day jobs. Mine's in higher education, right? So I'm work for a
yeah.
college. That's my day job, and
Are
then I
you
do.
the dean of the college? I have to ask this. Are you the
So
dean?
no,
I
no,
don't
I'm actually, it
know.
doesn't, dean of sense rolls off the tongue so much better than vice chancellor for university relations. Like it just does, but
Oh, okay.
I'm a vice chancellor. So I'm in the leadership of the university. So I head up all of our external affairs, fundraising, donations, kind of those kinds of things is kind of what
Oh, okay,
is
okay.
what I do. Yes. I'm on the external side of the marketing and comms and all the stuff. Is kind of what I do. But and I worked in
Okay.
athletics for about 15 years before that. I was actually a director of athletics for 15 years and worked in the athletic space. So that was
Wow.
kind of my passion and kind of
In
where I came
Ohio?
up.
It's Ohio State?
No, heck no. Ohio, I will kill you.
He said
Who
no.
paid you to say that?
I
Was
just know
that
you're in Ohio, dude. Sorry.
wait,
I don't know anything about college
who
sports.
paid you to say that? So I Indiana University, you don't know how much you just made Max's day by saying that. Like
Wait, no,
Max,
that's
like
probably who it was.
he is gonna be
Wait,
insufferable forever.
on our last live, everybody's mentioning Ohio, so I just associated you with like Ohio. I was talking to my friend, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm interviewing with like the head of Ohio State today, like talking about go on.
Well,
It's
I'd
like
make more money if I worked for Ohio State, probably. So I don't know if they're interested in hiring. Maybe I mean, I really wanted to hate Ohio when I was there, but I really enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. So who knows? I'm on the market. Make me an offer, Ohio State. Let's go. Uh, but
rose for
no,
sale. I'm just like,
I love my Indiana University. No doubt about it. So I'm in Southern Indiana. I'm actually on the border between Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky. So if you know where the Kentucky Derby is, that
oh,
is
okay.
yeah, that's where I am. I'm right here on the border of Indiana and Kentucky, but not too far from Ohio, and close enough that I could drive there within 3.5 hours to Columbus. So yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But I love that. I love the business idea. I love the business plan. I love that. I love that you're passionate about something. I love that you have support from your family. I think that's awesome too. Because I'm sure when you came back home and said, "Hey, wife, we're gonna maybe do this. What do you think?" How did that conversation go?
Um, you know what? Like my wife is such a like beautiful and supporting person. I'm always so like I don't even know how to put this. I struggled with addiction early in life. And I'm free of that now, thanks to the 12 steps. But there are, everything I do it to the extreme. So like, tattoos and other things like cigars or hats or shoes or like there's nothing if I got into it Formula 1 and whatever like anything about that like I have a huge F1 card collection with like signatures and patches and stuff. Thank you Flow State, I appreciate that. So I've always been that way. Like I got sober at 18 and um I've just been like all in on everything. So I think she was like aware that it was going to be crazy the moment I was like, I'm going to buy two cologne. She was like, oh, okay, it's
Here we
on.
go.
Like, it's because that's just like how I am. And she's always like, she's been very supportive and thinks it's fun. And we'll come down here and just smell stuff and hang out and make orders. We do that a lot. We'll sit here and she'll box them up and I'll actually make the orders. So
That's cool, man. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but like when you could do stuff like that with your spouse, like even if you're just hanging out and just doing stuff, even if it's work, like that's really cool. Like that's I think some of the best. Like I don't think you're ever going to forget those memories for
actually
sure.
5 years.
5 years, that's
Yes,
awesome, dude.
yes,
Congratulations.
congrats. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And hey, thanks for sharing that, man. I really appreciate you sharing that. And it's kind of funny that it's been a theme of some people in this business have had that, right? And I love that fragrance has kind of been, something that's brought some people out of it, right? And has given them
Yeah,
something else to focus attention on and kind of be able to help be a part of their
different
journey and a
kind
part of
of
their story. But I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's for good. So I know that you picked up some fragrances today. I heard that you through a video
Oh
that you
man.
posted.
Okay.
I'm a little
So
curious what you picked up
one
today.
thing I'm very into is cars. So I almost bought the entire bottles blind just for Muse. But when I saw one, let's get the mic stand out.
Oh, there you
There we
go.
go. So when I saw the Xerjoff Lamborghini
Ooh.
collabs, I mean the bottles are like $400, but I was like, I gotta try. I gotta try them.
By the way, I just want
If
to point
they
out that that is the most expensive mic stand in the history of mic stands. Just FYI, anybody that's wanting to know what that cost. Yeah, not you can find a cheaper mic stand out there. Just FYI.
I'm sure Sennheiser makes one that's more expensive than this.
Well, they probably do.
So I just knew I had to have them. And honestly, if they didn't offer this on their website, like we would have them on Muse. Like that's kind of the other thing is like if the main company themselves can offer like beautiful presentation at roughly the same price point that we would, then we're not going to compete with them. So I'm excited to try the Lamborghinis and then the new LP.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This one
Oh, that's gorgeous.
called like tropical karma, tropicalis karma.
Have you smelled these yet? Or
I'm actually
are you kinda waiting to
smelling it right now. This
uh,
is
yeah.
oh, I gotta preface it though that I've been sick. I've been sick for like 3 days. So it's like almost impossible to like give a review because it's like I don't know if like in a
Yeah.
few days I'll be better and it might smell totally different, you
Yeah,
know?
and you gotta take your time with them, right? It's like any other fragrance, like, you learn that through going through things, like, sometimes you can smell something one day and it just hits you a little bit different the next day, so that happens.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is like it's like star fruit. Like I mean, that's like the main note is just like star fruit. It opens like paradigm, like Prada paradigm, kind of that like fruit with a spice base like underneath, but it's mega star fruit. And then as it dries off, it's just this like strange banana coconut cream mixture going on. It's
So
actually very weird.
so you're certified fresh, obviously. We know your affinity for the fresh fragrances. So tell me a darker fragrance that you never in a million years would have thought you would have liked that you now, because of this business opportunity, have been able to try and you're like, yeah, I kind of dig that.
Actually, so it's not even because of the business, but because my guy Eli, who may or may not still be in the chat. Let me find this.
He's in here. He is here.
So I got Sand and Skin from him, and like this is so not me. But it works. Like it's just so good. Like it's kind of stink. Like it's kind of got a little stank in it. Um, but it's just like this really clean vanilla sandalwood vibe, and I totally vibe with it. And I never would have like known about that if it weren't for like my friends, you
That's
know.
cool. Eli's so great. We interviewed Eli a well, it's probably a few months ago now, but
Yeah, I
it
was there.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And you know what's so funny about it's so funny to me because if I was going to come up with a new name for Eli's channel, it would probably be like Eli's I don't know, certified unfresh would be would be a
Yeah,
good name for
yeah.
him and his
We
dark
often
sense.
talk about that. We
Yes.
often talk about that.
Yeah.
No, but he's been fresh posting recently. The freshness comes for everyone.
It does.
Eventually,
And
it
he's
gets
just
to
trying to be
you.
like you, I think. That's what it is. You
No,
guys are rubbing
I
off on each
don't.
other.
He'd have to lose like a foot of height and like 100 pounds of muscle. Then he could be like,
100 pounds of muscle. I love that. I love that. So you talked a little bit about a regular job. Do you mind? I mean, you don't have to give us any details, but like, what is what do you do in the regular job in the regular day to day?
oh, yeah, no worries. I'm the director of finance for a freight brokerage.
Nice.
So I kind of just look at Excel and spreadsheets most of the day and then create reports, and I have a team of finance people that I manage, and um
You've got to be the coolest
so
manager ever. I cannot imagine. Like, if I had to guess, I'm usually decently good at picking what people do. There is no way in hell I would have said that you were a director of finance. I never would have guessed that. And I don't mean that in any way
yeah.
as a negative, but like I just would not have
No.
thought that.
No, I get that. It's funny. I mean, we were hiring a new accountant for the team like a few days ago. We just hired one on Monday, but when I was doing interviews for it, we had someone who was fresh out of college. They had just graduated from KU, and we were interviewing for about 10 minutes, and then he was like, "Are you the director?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, "I'm your boss's boss." And he was just like, "You're really young for that." I was like, "I know, man. Like,
I
I
love
don't know
it
what to
though.
say. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be older later. Like,
Yeah, yeah, give me
next
time,
time you
don't
see me,
worry,
I'll be older than I am now."
don't wish me into into the grave here. You know, I love that because
The
obviously
TES.
I work with our school of business, right? So I've got a lot of finance people that I work with, and so we hire accounting faculty from time to time, all the things, right? And so like I have this idea of what an accountant is and the accountant donors that I work with, and like I just love that you're breaking the mold there. I love it, love it, love it. We need more accountants like you, brother.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to like, um, I don't know. I'm also in charge of HR. Like HR just naturally ends at finance, right? And so We have no dress code other than you have to wear a shirt and pants. And so like this is what I wore to work. You know what I mean? But we do like serious work. So that's always the thing is I'm like, I'm gonna hire you for this team. It's gonna be unlike anything you've ever done before in the world of finance. It will not be like anything. It's more like being on a pirate ship. But I expect you to work really hard.
It's gonna be a pirate ship that's gonna
And
function and make money. I love it.
right, yeah, and I'm like, "We don't care about the dumb stuff. I don't make people clock in. I don't like, hey, I don't care if you're out taking a break or whatever. Like, I'm not your dad. I'm not here to teach you a lesson. We're here to get the work done. So if the work is done, I don't care if you leave at 3, like, I don't care. Whatever.
I love that flow state. You know, it's too strict of a dress code for
Too
flow state.
strict, no shirt.
Yeah,
He's got no shirt.
so I do have a question. So accounting. So of course, I'm working in higher education. I've got to know. Did you go to KU? You mentioned KU, or where did you go?
No, no, no. So, I went to a university called Park University,
Oh
which is
yeah,
out here,
yeah.
um, an
NAI
amazing cool
school.
place. The what?
In NAIA school, Park. They play in the NAIA for athletics. Is that right?
Oh, I honestly, I
You know, would
I
know.
don't
Yeah. So yeah, the reason why I know
So,
Park.
you're gonna actually, like, hate me, but I've always had this theory that, like, college, uh like, if a pro league exists, why would I watch not the top tier? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that everyone's in don't hate me. But so I've never like bought in. And also like Mizzou, which would have been because I grew up in St. Louis. Mizzou has basically been bad forever. So like my whole life.
That makes sense. No, you went to the Park in Missouri, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they're in NAI school, so they actually compete with a lot of our schools here in Indiana. So I know I've been to Park, matter of fact, and you grew up in St.
Oh,
Louis. I've
okay.
been there quite a few times too. So love St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up in St. Louis. It's a great place.
Yeah,
But
don't like the Cardinals, but that's okay.
oh, the cards. Come on, baby. It's a dynasty.
That's
It's a dynasty.
that's
What do they even have? What team are you even?
Chicago, brother. Chicago Cubs.
Chicago. Oh my God, this guy. You're
This
not even
guy,
in the
yeah, that's
state.
right, man. I
Yeah.
mean, Indiana. You saw the Bears are coming to Indiana, right? The Bears are going to be in Indiana, so
I mean, anytime Chicago loses something, I feel joy. So I'm happy for the Bears to
interview's
leave.
over. Get rid of this guy. He's certified unfresh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's funny how all that works out. Like I don't even get we're so close to Cincinnati too. So like I get a lot of Reds. Like there's a lot of Reds fans down here, and so
Same,
it's kind of
same.
it's kind of a weird dynamic. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Cubs fan, but the Reds are right here, and then I got to explain all the things, and it's wild. So anyway, enough
Yeah,
sports,
yeah.
enough sports. But
Well, at least you guys have football. Like St. Louis doesn't even have football anymore. So
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a
we
good.
took the L.
Yeah. Hey, the Cubs are winning right now. Now they're trying to give it up. It's 8-5 in the bottom of the eighth inning. So I'm really a Cubs fan. It's right. It's right here.
Oh, okay. All right. He's dialed in. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. It's right here.
I see.
I'm keeping track of it. So just so you know.
Okay.
But anyway, back to the fragrance talk. I don't want to, I don't want back to our main stuff here. So, what's the future of Muse Fragrance, man? Well, actually, let me back up one thing before that. One of the things I love that you
Yeah.
did recently, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but I love that you have partnered with some of the smaller niche perfumers to do some decants as well, because that's one thing you sometimes can't get on some of these decant sites. And so one of the people that I know that you've worked with recently has been Andre and Max, who've been, et Obscura, and you can get all their
Yeah.
decants through your website. And I think that is just the coolest thing. And I'm hoping that more people reach out to you, more brands that are going to try to do some things like that, because I really think that is going to be very helpful for them, but also I think good for your business too. So I'm just kind of curious, kind of what made you open to that, and kind of talk through working with maybe some smaller brands as well on helping them with their decant process.
Yeah, I mean, it's firstly, Andre, the whole team at RMF Obscura has just been awesome. They're very, very cool people. They're very just easy to talk to, and fun and a light in my life. I love all of them. And I actually have more Orem at Obscura here that I have not even put on the website yet. So there's even more. We're about to double the collection here probably in the next couple days. Yeah, I think that when people are making fragrance and they're not owned by, Estee Lauder or LVMH or one of the big, it's like their access to resources is just far less. I have the connection, like I just like have the like wherewithal to source decants and bottles and I enjoy um niche perfumery like as a passion. And I think that that is the main thing that like Muse wants to do is like, I mean, I remember buying a decant of JPG for like $15, or like, it's like, I already have an excellent job that pays all my bills.
$75
Yeah.
for 10
Oh,
mLs. $75 for 10
wait up,
mLs.
what? Wait up, what?
Tom Ford.
Oh, that might actually just be the cost of Tom Ford.
Then probably, but it's damn.
um, but like, yeah, I think there's a better way to do it with someone who's passionate about fragrance instead of money. You know what I mean? Like I'm passionate about money all day. At work, I get paid to be passionate about that money, right? I'm there for the shareholders. When I do a venture for myself, now I'm doing this because I love fragrance and I want other people to experience fragrance, and it makes it more accessible. And I can't tell you how many people have come out and been like, "Oh, hey, is this like fake? Like the price is so good. Like I can't believe it's real." And I'm like, "No, it's real. I only need to make like $1.50 because I got to pay for the bottle and the shipping. It's like, um, I don't really, I don't really care. I don't have to be, the richest guy in the world. Like I have a lovely family and they're already taken care of. So,
I love that, man.
um,
I love that. I love that part of your story. And I think that's why I think you're going to continue to grow. Like, I think your big thing, like, just thinking about it, like, I have a feeling you're going to continue to scale quickly. And then, like, you're going to have to, like, those growing pains of, like, how do you scale? Like, right. Like, and you deal with that in your day, your finance job day
oh,
to
it's
day.
all
But
good.
it's like, how are you going to be able to go from what you're doing now to double what you're doing? Like, when that happens, like, that's going to be curious to see. Oh, you're taking me on a
Let's
journey.
see. Can I turn you around? Oh, wait. I don't know how to turn you around. I'm
Yeah,
not
just
good.
turn your
I'm not good at
phone around.
Yeah, but then I can't see what you're seeing. Well, anyways, so obviously every decant is its own syringe, right? And
Yep.
so we have 80 over here, another 20 like right here, you
Wow.
know. I have 6 my entire trunk is full of boxes of just bottles and decants and stuff like that right now. I just got a new shipment in. There's just the entire basement is just overflowing with packing supplies and all sorts of stuff.
I mean, that is amazing. I mean, that's I mean, that's all. See, you're already thinking about it. I love that. And see, I agree kind of what with Andre saying too. Like your soul shines, man. Like and that's what I love. And I think people, and that's why your boss saw it, right? Like honestly, like I know you probably hate hearing that, but like that's why people support you and want to continue to support you and will continue to support you. So I do have a question. So I
Okay.
want to learn. I'm dumb, right? I'm dumb. I want to learn about decants. I want to, think about somebody who's watching who's like new to this game. Like, what should they be looking out for? What a quality decant is to what? Like, should I be getting glass bottles? Should I be getting? You talked a little bit about plastic. You talk like what kind of like pressurized atomizer, regular atomizer. Like, help the common person who's getting into fragrance know what they should be looking out for when they want to buy a quality decant.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. So right out the gate, the let's find one. So like the how a bottle is, like the cap on this is plastic, right? It's a screw top plastic bottle. And any sprayer that looks like this, these are just notorious for having amines in them that are gonna leak. This will degrade by being exposed to fragrance alcohol. It will just degrade over time and it will eventually stop working and the plastic in there will melt. So yeah, I mean, solid, actually, these might like break, but like glass. A lot of manufacturers make their own decants and those are usually kind of a higher quality, but and for secondhand decants, always go for glass. If you can find a pressurized atomizer, that's cool, but it might alter the fragrance, the scent and how it interacts on you. So like basically the only bad review we have on the whole website is somebody who ordered an Initio through a pressurized atomizer, but Initio out of the bottle does not have that. They're like regular sprayers. And they reviewed it and they were like, I think this is fake because it smells somewhat different than the original, but I'm pretty sure it's just that your experience is going to be different, pressurized, the way that it's going to interact in the air in your skin and your olfactory senses is going to be different. So pressurized can be good. Um, but if you are ordering decants to just to sample to see if you like something, I would probably avoid pressurized. Now, if you know you like it and you just want like a 10 mil that you can throw in your bag and you know what you're doing, I would go pressurized. And like all of our 10 mils are pressurized. We have the press, we do it all. But all the fives and under are not, because that's when you're experiencing the fragrance, how it's meant to be experienced. There are a few houses that like do pressurize their default bottles, but the main ones I'm thinking of are like Cottage Lodge, things that you could probably just sample because they're like $20 after like a few weeks anyways. So most of the like, Guerlain, LV, Initio, PDM, Chanel, basically all like kind of the houses that people are interested in trying but are very expensive by Rado. None of those are pressurized
Yeah. Hot
by
take.
by their nature.
Hot take. I hate pressurized atomizers. Like, I don't like them. Like,
I
I'm
think they have
like,
their
'cause
place.
too much of them it ends up in the air. I'm like, I want it on me, not
Yeah,
in the air.
that's true.
It's like, it's hard sometimes, but that's just a personal thing with me. But I love that you understand that. I know one question that I'm just curious if you've gotten before. I've got some decants that are in amber colored bottles versus the clear ones. And I wondered if there was any, because like, how I wonder if, they talk about light sometimes, how light can affect fragrance.
Sure,
So I wonder
sure.
if there's anything with that. I mean, I don't know. I guess you wouldn't expect to keep a decant for 10 or 15 years, but I was just kind of wondering if you'd done any research on kind of amber colored versus clear.
Yeah, I mean, ironically, my brother, like, owns a beer brewery, and so he, has that, like, kinda expertise on, like, photoreactive or photovoltaic, like, things inside of, your bottles and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I think that as far as that goes, I think Andre actually would be probably better to speak to it because he, in creating the fragrance, actually kinda, is more in tune with how it's gonna age out in the bottle and stuff like that. But yeah, anything like heat, light, anything like that can alter fragrance. So that's the other thing too. In selling decants, sometimes it's like someone will order from Arizona and it's like, oh, it's midsummer. This is gonna be in the post office van for 8 hours before it gets to their mailbox. It's gonna be hot, on their doorstep for another 4 hours. Like if they don't let it cool, if they don't let it hang out, like luckily, like nothing happens really, other than like you might get a little bit of leakage from the volume expanding or something like that. But that can also just alter fragrances too. And so it's like, oh, where's it going? Where's it coming from? I had someone order from Puerto Rico. Um, the other day, I'm like, this is gonna take 10 days to get there. It's just regular ground shipping. It can't go in the sky, so it's got to go on a boat. So I'm like, I hope everything is as good as when I pack it when it gets there. And that's
Okay.
always my biggest worry. Like I make every order personally, so I know that they're done right. But I'm like, I want it to be, I want you to be happy when you get it.
Yeah, it makes sense. And that's kind of, I mean, honestly, that was kind of where I was going next, was how do you, because like we all kind of like, hey, I got a fragrance, I want to share it with a friend, and hey, I'll make you a decant, and we're trying to be like, makeshift decanters, like, like trying to like here
Yeah,
spraying
yeah.
it into a bottle, and then and then we're kind of like trying to put some tape around it to make sure it doesn't leak in transit, and like doing all the stupid things that that because we think we know what we're doing. So like what do you do to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen, that stuff arrives we've all had that situation where somebody sends us a decant and it opened up in transit, and then now the label is completely gone because the alcohol like
Oh,
wiped the label off of it.
so yeah, I mean, actually, before I started posting as Muse Fragrance, I had the website for like 2 weeks, and Paulie is one of like four people who got like Polly's order is number like 3. So I ordered first to see if I could check out, to see if the checkout would work. And then Mr. Burger ordered when we just had like the room 1015. We had like 5 room 1015s and he ordered one of each. And Polly's order, every order, every one of the first like 5 or 6 leaked, exploded, the labels, uh, just like blew up. I mean, it was scrubbing actually was one of the first. If you have one of the skinny decants, that's like OG. But so it was through trial and error. I mean, I bought a label printer and then that was like not the way to go. And then, so we ended up, so like I'm sure you've seen these. These are, on Amazon and they just screw on. And there's actually the tape on there. So this is a decant that I must have made. This is actually a fragrance that I made myself like 6 months ago. So it's like that's glass and the sprayer is good, but it's just gonna leak everywhere. So the solution to that is to get ones that crimp. They don't screw on and that they're like permanent. So we have a press. Right. I actually have 3 of them. That one's just the most convenient one right here. So we have a press and everything is just pressed into place. Um, so yeah, L, a lot of the guys in the chat are like early, because we started off, our order number started at 1,000. So if you have like 1035, like you were, dead ass. I had like 5 syringes and that's it, like you were very early. 1097 would be super early. And we had this like boon where we had our Google ads turned on, and it was doing really well. And we did like, 80 orders in a month. And that was like a lot. And then Google turned us off because they were like, oh, you're using like the Louis Vuitton logo and you're using other logos in your stuff. And so that's frustrating. So we've been operating the last like 3 months with no ads, really, just living on, the TikTok guys and the people that are like homies and stuff like that. And new people do order all the time, but I think we're past about 430 orders at this point in time. So we're getting there, but I mean, a lot happens when you start a decant company. I don't know if people know this, but the moment that you start advertising your decant, people start offering you fake fragrances, by the liter, by the gallon, big name brands. They'll offer you references of really big companies who use fake fragrances. It kind of has like shifted the entire way I think about buying decants, even from like verified websites or other discounters, like big dogs, because they'll hit you up and be like, oh, I work with so and so and they work at this website. And it's like, damn, that's like a discounter I buy full bottles from, and they're selling like fake LV. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. So no shade on anyone, get your hustle on or whatever, but like at this point, I'm like, I don't know if I trust anyone like but myself. You know
Yeah.
what
No, I mean,
I
completely get that. I mean, and that's kind of the side that I've seen, even kind of working in the space a little bit now, and kind of working with different perfumers, working with different people. Just there's a lot of more. And it is I mean, I'm not going to say this is just unique to the fragrance industry. It's probably a lot of opportunistic people in business everywhere, but it really gets hard to trust, know who to trust, and I think um I don't know, I guess that's been going on forever, but that's why reputation matters and why I appreciate you coming on here and talking about some of these things, because I think that really matters when people can hear it directly from the source and they know who they can trust and who they can work with.
Yeah, yeah. It's tough, man, and a lot of guys are, like, really young. Like, I'm in my 30s, you know what I mean? And so, like, kinda going back to the whole thing, like, I don't need to sell a fake fragrance and make an extra $2 on this order, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Um, and I don't know, I would just not feel good.
Late 30s, Polly wants to point out.
No, no, I'll be 33 next Wednesday.
Late 30s.
He's in his late 30s.
Oh gosh, Polly. I don't know. Yeah, Uncle Chaz. You're not Uncle Chaz. Don't even give me
I'm kinda but the flip side of that is, like, a lot of decanters have come forward and, like, help me source things, or they'll, like, give me tips, or I'll be like, dude, I cannot get this, bottle to decant or whatever," or like, a couple, like, notable guys that I think of are, like, Vinny Decants has, like, DM me several times, seeing videos where I'm frustrated and been like, "Hey, man, here's what I do. Here's how I get around that." And I'm like, he didn't have to do that. Like, we're kinda competing in the same space, but he was just, like, being cool, you know? Um,
that makes me happy.
AP Frags, like, the owner of Arvella has, like, come out. I mean, they obviously do decants themselves, and he was like, "Dude, I'd be happy if you were, like, my biggest competition. Here's how I do it. Here's how I get there." Some stuff like that. So like our bottle supplier, it was straight a recommendation from the competition. And they're like, this is who I use. I was like, okay.
I love that, man. I
Um,
mean, that makes me happy to hear that that's
yeah,
going on in
yeah,
the space. That stuff like that's going. Especially, I'll tell you, like some people, shit talk AP, and it's like hearing that. Just I'm like, I wish more people knew that. Like, that's awesome
yeah,
that he said that and believes that way.
yeah. No, he's a good friend of mine. Like we talk on the phone somewhat frequently. And, um, I talk him through finance stuff because he's still like a young guy, and he talks me through fragrance stuff. So
Yeah, I love it. That's good. I mean, that's the way it should work. Like that's awesome that you do that. So I'm kind of curious. So now that we've talked kind of about like the business, like where, like I know that you being in finance, you know about strategic plans, you know about kind of like where business goes and kind of what you're wanting to do. And I'm not saying that like you have this strategic plan set out for Muse Fragrance, but like, you looking out like 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, like what you, or are you just kind of like, hey, I'm having fun. I'm going to do it while I'm having fun and we're just gonna kind of take it one day at a time. Like, where have you kind of reconciled all that in your brain?
I mean, I think the vision is twofold. It's one, it's to interact and engage with more niche brands, right? Like that's where I want to make my bread and butter. I mean, I talked to Polysniferous about working with them, and they gave me the green light to decant their stuff, and they said we're happy to have that. And we talk there every once in a while. Obviously, they're pretty big at this point. There's a lot of people decanting Poly, but Orm and Obscura, of course. There's a couple other guys. You Made Me Parfums is actually like kind of our first decanting, and then just chatting with Astra Parfums and decanting their stuff, and they were happy to have us do that. And I think that having that base of the niche community and doing that, while at the same time, I mean, I would love to sell full bottles. I would love to be a discounter. Like I would love to be, as synonymous as, olfactory or fragrance net, or, I mean, any one of those kind of places. Like I think that that business can be run in a way that is more passionate and less money hungry, even more so than like a discounter already is, because it's like, oh, it's cheap or whatever. But I'm like, I bet it could be cheaper. I bet it could be cheaper and better. And I bet I can do it. And what's funny is guerrilla discounts. Yeah, bro.
That we're talking.
um,
Hurry up! Somebody go
what
get
I
that
mean, it
URL to make sure he gets it.
better not. But someone already had Muse Fragrance, so that's why we're Muse Frag, because there's like a small candle company in like Seattle or something that's Muse Fragrance as well. Um, but
They probably
which
would
I
sell
thought
it to
like
you
the
for
beer was around that.
$1 million or something like that.
I only have like $10. I don't make any money.
Yeah.
They probably make more than I do. But no, I mean, I think it would be cool to have a fragrance business run by like someone who's passionate about fragrance. Not to say that that's not happening already. Like again, I know AP loves fragrance and whatever, but I think it when you get into the space and like knowing the people that I know, there's kind of two types of people. It's young guys who want to make a buck, and it's just like guys who have the right connection at the right time, and that's it. And it's kind of like there's gotta be a place for the enthusiast, like, for the people who are passionate about what it is itself to come together, and we do on TikTok, you know what I mean? So I think that expanding our offerings into full bottles and stuff like that would certainly, push that envelope forward, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. No, that's a good plan. I tell you, one of the videos that I've watched of yours that was one of my favorite videos, and you'll remember it obviously because it's pretty personal to you. But I loved the holiday video, the Christmas video with you back at home and your parents, the gift, the LV that you opened. You remember that video?
Oh, yeah, Sarah Baton, yeah. Wait, low key, no one knows about this one.
No, they don't. But I freaking love that video. The reason why I love that video was because it kind of
Mm.
I don't know, the support and the like, I don't know, just like being at the stage of life where we still have our parents and like I don't know, there's something about that video that I just freaking love. So I wanted to give you a chance to talk about that and maybe the support that you've had from family and other people. And I'm assuming that was back home in St. Louis, or where was that?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had so much support to get to where I am right now, like, it's totally crazy when, you know, as a teenager, I was, um, you know, a homeless junkie, and to get out of that, you know, I remember calling yeah, Andrew and I actually spoke about Sarah Baton, by the way, like, 2 days ago, 'cause he just got him. Um but, you know, I mean, I remember calling my mom on New Year's Eve, 2011 and being like, I'm a junkie, like, I need help and I don't know what to do." And I know this is not, like, fragrance related, but for, you know, my parents to come get me and send me to rehab for, like, the 10th time, and, you know, I tell people that my dad could have bought a Lamborghini, but instead he sent me to rehab, 'cause I genuinely went through 13 different treatments before the last one, so, you know, it's one of those things, like, my family has always been there for me. Sometimes it was tough love, and other times it's, you know, open love, but I think having my own children and getting to see that interaction of, like, you know, how sometimes tough love is, like, what you gotta do and just, like, love taking many forms kinda stuff, so Um, yeah, it's, you know, a whole community, you know, people in AA, my sponsor, like, there's some people on TikTok, there's an AA group chat. If you're in AA, let me know.
Oh, that's
I'll
awesome.
add you to the chat, you know?
That's really cool. I mean, I love that, man, and I love seeing that. Like that's happened. There's so many people that have talked about that and have been supportive too. And you know, Vic and just you know, we talked. Vic. She's obviously a big fan of yours too. And there's a lot of other people that have been experienced that and gone through some of those things. And it's
Mhm.
cool to have that community here too, to be able to be supportive of each other. I really do love that. But I thanks again for talking about the family stuff too, because it's funny, and I'm sure, like you said, now that you're a dad, like you would do it 12, you would do it 14 times, right? Like if you had to, like hopefully you won't, but if you did, you would do it 14 times for your kids. You would say, hey, I'm yeah, no Lamborghini for me. Like yeah, my kids, what matters most,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so that's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've wanted a Lamborghini my whole life, but I would certainly let that go, you know, if I had to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I moved to Kansas City with $4 and a duffel bag of clothes. And what's up, Erica? What's up? Kansas City represent. And a guy let me live on his couch and he like bummed me cigarettes and until I could like get my own job and uh you know and help me get on my feet and I've been able to do that for like other kind of younger guys in the KC area. There's a rehab that is basically just for like teenagers or like guys in their 20s. And I often like go there and talk to them and give them hope. You know, that you can get sober at 18 and it works and it's okay and you know can have a good life, but certainly I could not have done it on my own. No, 100%. It's
Yeah, it makes a
the
lot of
people
sense.
around, it's
Yeah, I mean, it
yeah.
makes a whole lot of sense. That's kind of how that works.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Can't do it. Can't do it alone. Not in a vacuum.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the other thing I guess I would say too that has been kind of interesting to me when I think through all this, and so many people in here that are opening up and kind of talking about this too is that you go through things and like that's like it's so weird how you are when you're recovered or in recovery, like where you are today. Like I guarantee you that there are people, maybe your employees that meet you that would have no idea, would never even guess that that was your story. Now you're in finance, you're doing this, you're a business owner. I mean, you just never know what people go through, right? Like, and I think that's the
Yeah.
other piece about you that is so compassionate and empathetic. And I think that I can see that through your videos, and I can see that. I think a lot of people do. They've commented and they've talked about it, and the fact that maybe why it's good that you're in HR because you are empathetic and so forth. But I mean, I tell you, I really think that that's beautiful, and I just didn't know if you could have had a chance to really reflect on any of that stuff yet.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's probably 50-50 when I meet people. When I'm at work, they're either like, "Oh, I don't wanna talk to, like, one of the bosses," but most of the time when I start talking to someone like, someone earlier was like, "I thought you owned a skateboard shop." I'm like, "That's usually what people think of me." They're like, "He probably is, like, a stoner." People are like, "Yo, you wanna go smoke?" I'm like, I don't do that." Like, I just am this way, like, I'm just stuck this way permanently, yeah, I don't know, I mean, I used to be, like, very shy and closed off, and then I'm not even gonna lie, I had a job in sales, and I made, like, 100 phone calls a day for, like, 2 years, and doing that, like, opened me up, and now I can kinda talk to people, and then, of course, through AA and public speaking, I do kind of a lot of, like when you show up and you're like, I have a decade or I have 14 years and I'm 33. Like people are like, wow, I need you to speak to like my son or my grandson or like, can you speak at this place? Or they want you to like go talk to their kids or something. So, I just kind of like fell into that. So no, I think
So
most of the time,
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I've got I got 2 questions here, and I know we're gonna be
okay.
wrapping up here soon. I told you to only keep you for an hour, and I don't wanna make that better half,
Oh, you're good. I
upset
got to make
because
orders after this though. Orders are going out. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't hear him anymore.
I'm back. Sorry about
Oh, there
that.
you are. Okay,
It was
okay.
me. I was hit a button, but I didn't hear what you said. What were you saying a second ago?
Oh, I just said I gotta make orders after this.
Gotta get stuff done. No, that's exactly right. No, the question I had, two things. One, I wanna know a little bit about how you met your spouse, and I wanna know that story because that's always interesting to me, so I wanna hear
Oh,
that, and then
man.
I've noticed that both of you have some amazing tattoos, so I wanna hear about the tattoo stories and that whole thing because I just think that you've got some beautiful artwork, and I've not asked you about that, and I want you to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, ironically, one of my friends scrubbing is closer than he might think. So one of my friends was turning like 35 or something, and this was like a decade ago. And we went out to eat after a meeting, and I saw this chick there, and I had been single for like 6 months. And my buddy pokes me, and he's like, "Bro, you should go talk to her." And I looked at him. I remember saying this. I said, "That is the hottest girl I've ever seen. There's no way that chick is talking to me. Like, I'm not even gonna waste my time." Um, and he was like, "Oh, you should go talk to her." And I was like, "No, no chance, no shot. I'm not gonna go talk to her." And I didn't. I just like left. It was just like a waitress. I was like, "I don't want to bother her at work," and also she's way out of my league. And then like 2 days later, we matched on Tinder, and I was like, "No way that smoking hot chick from the bar is like in my DMs right now." And she actually DM'd me and was like, "Yo, I love your dog," or like she said something like that. And since then, like, we just, like, hit it off and, I mean, everything just kinda went from there. I mean, we are very, very similar. We always say that we're on a level, like, every time, like, I'm like, "Yeah, let's leave this party." She's like, "I was packing my stuff." Like, "We're gonna go." Like, we're always, like, dialed in. We're always on a level. So it's Yeah, it's been beautiful. It's been amazing. Like truly my soulmate, like definitely the person God put in my life for me. It's totally crazy. Yeah, same wavelength. Yeah, we're always like we're on a level. We're on the same level, just us together. So,
Before
yeah,
you get
she's
into the
amazing.
tattoos before you get into the tattoos, I will say that I can tell that just from watching you guys interact in videos. I can tell that you're on the same level. Like, I could see that, like, the video where you forgot to freaking record, like, and then you started, like, on the
Oh,
porthole video, like, cracked me up. Like, I was like, that was, like, the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. I'm
oh,
like, "Yep, that they're on the same level for sure." The fact that she just didn't smack you and
oh.
walk away, and she still talked about it after, I thought that was hilarious.
What's up, dude? Um, yeah, no, it's funny. The only thing that we probably should not do, like, we call each other bitch all the time, like, kind of in like a Paris Hilton, like I'll be like, bitch, what do you want for dinner? Like, and like work, like, obviously, I would never call my wife like actually a bitch or whatever. But then when I'm like at work or something, and I want to be like, bitch, where's that spreadsheet? But like, I don't mean it like I'm mad. Like, I'm just like, I'm trying to like goof with you. So I have to like catch myself. I should probably be better about that. But like, that's like an idiosyncrasy that we have that I'm like, I need to like let that go, honestly. But
Nah, I think it's
no, she's
I
also
think it's
like
awesome. Keep it
famous.
going. Ha, who cares?
Yeah, but who's gonna field the transcript? Who's gonna field the HR complaint when the HR director calls him a bitch? Um, she's got like 17,000 followers on TikTok. Like she's way more successful than I am too. So,
I don't think I knew she was on TikTok. I
oh yeah, oh yeah, she's
So, man, you gotta talk about
she's
that.
really
I don't think
good.
I realized that.
She's really good.
Is it fragrance related or what does she do?
No, no, it's like tattoo and like mom vibe stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good community. That mom community on TikTok is strong, brother. You don't mess with that
Yeah,
mom community. Hey, we don't yeah, for sure.
that's true. Yeah, and then I think, oh yeah, yeah. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I
the
mean
tattoo
tattoos.
removal. What?
Oh yeah, she had like kind of a bad tattoo on her chest and she's getting it removed like right now. I play like a role in her deception. Basically, you can see my arms in one of the videos, and we're pretending it's not me. In that video, like so many of them went viral, like it was crazy. And I'm out here, I'm getting like 200 views on a video. I'm like, babe, look, everybody loves it. And she's like, yeah, I did 11 million today. I'm like, all right, have a good one. I'm like, this bottle of fragrance was $800. I got 300 views. She's like, yeah,
She's like, "Yeah,
I just do that
bitch,
like
you're
in my
doing
sleep.
good. Keep it up."
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Uh,
So let's talk about your tattoos then. I'm curious. So what got you into tattoos and how did you get all the ink that you have? I think that's fascinating.
well, I don't know how much TikTok will let me talk about being a junkie, but you kind of just run into people who uh do tattoos in your house. And so my first tattoo was in a lawn chair in my own living room. Well, not mine, a house we were squatting in the living room of that house. And we traded a guy a TV to tattoo me and my buddy. Um, and we didn't know him. He showed up on a bicycle and just like knocked on our door and asked us if we wanted tattoos. And we were like, yeah. And so that was my first tattoo ever. And that was probably the best idea I ever had while I was using. All the others were even worse than that. So luckily, we kind of made it out and did not get any permanent illnesses um, from the random guy who showed up at our door. But I mean, once you have one, it's kind of like once you crack the seal, like there's no reason to not have a bunch, in my opinion. And I've always wanted to look cool, and I'm always like, I'm sure people are like, what the hell, but I think that's just like I grew up, skateboard, Bam Margera, Taking Back Sunday, like Fall Out Boy, like kind of like that you know, era, and all those people have tattoos, and so I always wanted to have a ton. Um So,
Yeah,
yes,
no,
yes,
that makes sense.
he left my house on a bicycle with, like, a 50-inch flat screen. Like, he literally he was literally, "Okay, goodbye," and just, like, picked up the TV. It gets actually crazier, but I cannot say, like, what happened on TikTok or this live will get turned off, but, like, there was, like he wanted to make sure the TV worked, and he played, like, adult material on our Xbox on the TV. Like, we had no I was like, "What the hell?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this in, make sure it works." He, like, stopped and went and got, like, more stuff, like, halfway through it basically, the crazy this it's a very crazy story, that we'll have to tell on, like, YouTube or somewhere else. Um, but, yeah, I don't know, I have a ton of, like, band tattoos, like, I have a Fall Out Boy tattoo and stuff like that. Thank you, everyone. If you're leaving right now, I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. And then, my chest and, like, the upper half of this arm is dedicated to the 2019 St. Louis Blues, uh, Stanley Cup playoff run. So, like, we have the Sharks, and they're dead. We have the Jets, and it's crashing, right? And then I have the Bruins, and that bear is dead. Gloria, that's right, Max. Let's go. So, the whole it's kind of a whole thing to me. I love hockey. I love the Blues. I love, um, that
I
kind of sport
I
too.
didn't know
So
that you were. I didn't know you were that big of a hockey fan. So now I know why you and Aventus Snob are such good friends. He loves him some hockey too, man.
yeah, I love hockey. The Blues seem to just choke until they're eliminated from the playoffs, and then they win like every game. They go on a generational tear that doesn't matter because they can't win.
You're just like it's
Seems
not
to
going to
be.
ever happen for him. It just can't. It can't. The world would cease to exist if they did.
Yeah. Well, it's like once they're statistically like they could not win, they could not enter the playoffs anymore. After that moment, they like win every game. They're on like some insane, once Rudy level comeback. It's just like, what are we doing? Like we should have done that, like 2 months ago when we were in contention. Like,
A Rudy level
holy
comeback.
crap.
I love it. Hey, man, I've enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I always give our guests the last word. So anything you want to throw out there, feel free to do it. For those of you that are still sticking with us, make sure that you're liking Certified Fresh Fragrance. It's certified.fresh on TikTok. Make sure you're liking Muse Fragrance. Make sure you check out that SITE. It's really hard. It's Muse Frag, and you know the rest. To be able to
Yeah.
check out those discounts, definitely or discounts, those decants. Make sure that you do that. Great. I've actually got it where I've got a cart put together right now. I've got to pull the trigger on, so I've got some that are going to be coming
Oh,
soon.
okay.
So yeah, so
Okay.
we're gonna get.
Code fresh. That's like our only discount code.
Oh, okay, all
Code
right.
fresh. And then a few creators have their own codes as well.
That's awesome. That's really good. Code Fresh. Okay, great. Well, we'll
Code
make sure
fresh.
that you guys use that as well. But definitely appreciate you taking time to join us. This will not be the last time, but we definitely want to come on and get an update at some point. And anytime we want to talk, would love to do that. And again, I want to give you the final word though.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think I end my videos the same way every time. So I love you guys. Stay fresh.
Perfect way to end it. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thanks for Chaz. He's going to get to work because he's got a lot of orders to fill. So
That's true. Yeah, some have come through.
he's going to
Every time someone came through on this interview, I was like, fuck, that's like another 20 minutes.
of you staying up tonight. I know. So
Yeah,
apologies for
yeah.
that, but I'm also happy that maybe some of this has led to
That's true.
some more
That's
orders.
good.
So
It's a good thing.
that's a good
It's a
thing.
labor of love.
That's a great thing. Chaz, have a good night. Thanks. Tell your wife we said thank you. And I'm going to go learn how to be a better mom on her page to give her another follow. So
Yeah, yeah.
see you later. Take care, guys.
See you,
We'll see
man.
you.
Thank you.